Hello, I'm Paul Cartledge. I'm the A.G. Levendis Professor of Greek Culture at Cambridge University, and I've written a book in the very short introduction series called Ancient Greece, a very short introduction. And my aim in what is a short book is to try to introduce what I think to be the most salient aspects of what ancient Greece was like and why we still should think it's important today. And I've chosen to focus on cities. The Greek word polis, or city-state, citizen state, is of course the word that gives us our politics and political and so on. And it is from the ancient Greeks that we derive the very notion of doing politics, for example, democracy. I chose out of the something like 1,000 Greek cities that were scattered everywhere from what's today Spain in the west to what's today Georgia in the far east of the Black Sea. I chose just 11 cities. I wanted each of them to be, in their own right, important because they had something major to contribute to the Greek story, but also because between them, the 11 could be strung together to tell a chronological tale beginning in roughly 1400 BC and going through to roughly 330 AD. Why did I begin in 1400 BC? Because that's when the Greek language is first securely attested at Knossos in Crete. And why did I end in 330 AD? Because that's when Constantine transformed what had originally been Byzantium into Constantinople, and so began what we typically refer to as the Byzantine era, an era of Christianity, whereas down to that period, Greece had been typically pre-Christian or pagan. So I start with Knossos, I end with Byzantium, Constantinople, and on the way I take in Argos, Mycenae, Sparta, Athens, Syracuse in Sicily, Marseille in southern France, in order to give a geographical conspectus of what was a very diverse and very scattered world. Within each city, I select what I think is perhaps the most significant contribution. In the case of Marseille, you'll be pleased to hear it's thanks to them that wine got distributed from originally the Aegean through up the Rhone Valley down into what's today Burgundy. And so if you're drinking your Burgundy today, it's all thanks to the Greeks of Marseille that you are doing so. Each city has its own individuality. I major inevitably on Sparta and Athens. Sparta has given us Spartan, Athens has given us democracy. And then following those two, there's a great transformation of the Greek world, spearheaded by Alexander the Great, who among many events and many achievements founded a city named after him, Alexandria. And it's actually through Alexandria, the museum and the library, that all evidence for Greek culture in its written form survives, because it was that library that preserved what was then available of Greek literature, Greek science, Greek philosophy, Greek history, and passed it on to the Romans, to the Byzantines, to the Renaissance, and eventually to us.